What's going on, guys? Monroe, Jedha Patrol, back with another video today. Hot Toys has dropped another Spider-Man. Let's take a look at it. That's right, guys, Ryan back. Hope you guys are having a good time out there. It's been a few days since I've dropped a video, and honestly just been taking a little bit of a breather to enjoy my collection rather than making videos. So for you wondering where I've been here. And if you're part of my Patreon-only Facebook group, then you know where I've been, and we've had Zoom meetups, and we've had all kinds of stuff. I have been here. I just haven't released any videos. So that's going to change. I got videos dropped for you guys. We're going to kick it off with this one right here. The newly announced Miles Morales Spider-Man Bodega cat suit. And to say I'm excited about this would be an understatement. I have spent the last 4 days, at least part of those 4 days, not all 4 days, posing my Spider-Man figures. And I've been adding Spider-Man figures to the collection over the last couple months as well. I've been adding more and more. Some I've sold off that I've bought back. One of them including that guy right up there, the Scarlet Spider. Just got him back in the collection. I have not posed him up for that video yet, but I'm working on a collection update for you guys. But the more and more time I spend with these Spider-Man figures, the more I enjoy them. It's not like a Stormtrooper, which clearly I have a few of. It's not like a Stormtrooper where the posing is a little difficult sometimes. With Spider-Man, you can do whatever you want, and there are no rules generally. It's just make him look as acrobatic as you can, and put him in weird poses and have them do funny stuff. So that's kind of fun to do with the Spider-Man figure. So this is another one that I can add to my collection. And so I've gotten the question is, should I get this one or not? Or should I get the previous released announced one? Or should I get like the 2020 suit, those kind of things? So I want to take a look at this particular suit and determine, is this something that maybe you should pick up? And we'll kind of talk through my thoughts on this particular figure. So let's go ahead and take a look at some photos of this guy. Miles Morales Bodega cat suit. But actually, you know what, before we get started, if you're wondering where this suit came from, the PS4, PS5 game, the Miles Morales Spider-Man game, after you beat the campaign in that game, you go and you meet up with Teo and you go visit Spider-Man. Now, Spider-Man is the name of his cat. So it's a spider cat that's named Spider-Man who has been rescued by Spider-Man. And there you go. So literally you just go into the bodega and you automatically get this suit from walking in, which is kind of cool. So that's kind of where this is at. And you go on this little adventures and journeys and you have this cat in your backpack as you fight off bad guys and go on missions and whatnot. So it's actually kind of interesting, kind of creative by the game creators. But let's take a look at this suit. First off, we got to take a look at the rollerblades. What a ridiculous inclusion on this figure, and it's super cool. Now, I don't particularly recall the rollerblades with the jet, propulsion thing going on with them. I think that's pretty cool. I think that posing it's going to be very difficult to pose with those on. I don't know if the wheels roll, don't know anything about that, but posing it, it looks to me like it's going to be one of those figures like a Gamora or a Nebula or a Wasp or something with those little tiny feet that just wants to balance weird. And this particular pose, I don't think there's any way this poses like this without a stand, without some serious time invested in it. Like maybe if you got some serious time invested in this thing. But regards to that, I think it looks fantastic. I love the hoodie. Just the accessories are insane. So anyways, there's that. So in here we have the hoodie he's got on, which looks fantastic. Reminds me of the Scarlet Spider, which is obviously what we've gotten up there. He's got the box where Peter gave him his first upgraded super suit, as he called it, I think, in the game. So he's got that in there. So that's what you might wonder what's up with that box. It's actually what had Miles' first super suit that Peter gave him. So that's pretty cool. And then we've got the headphones, which we've seen before. Nothing super fancy there. The backpack, I think it's fantastic. And we get Spider-Man in the back with the mask on, which is awesome. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever had a pet cat, but if anybody's ever actually tried to put a mask on a cat, like that ain't a thing. And if anybody's actually done that and succeeded, I'd love to see a photo of it. But I just that ain't happening with most cats. But this suit, I think, looks really good. And there is definitely a difference between this suit and the previous release suit that looks similar. But the head is different, the suit's different, the shoes are different, the hands are different. There's all kinds of differences on these, but I think it looks fantastic right off the bat. And here we go, upside down with a cell phone, which is going to have, and I didn't notice this in the photos before. I guess it makes total sense. But the coffee cup is the right side up in this photo. I totally didn't even notice that before. That makes sense. But I totally didn't notice that. When posing my Spider-Man figures, I need to make sure I have the coffee cup the right side up. Otherwise, the coffee would just fall out. But I think that's super awesome. And by the way, in the game, when you're flying around with this guy and you got the cat in the backpack, you're doing all the flippy flips and the kicks and the venom strikes and all that kind of stuff. The cat literally sits there in the backpack and just goes with you, which is crazy with no harness or anything. So really good, handles by the cat. So here we go with the rollerblades one more time. The posing, I don't think it's going to be an issue. There is a question now. There is the suit included with, like, underneath that hoodie. Are you gonna be able to take that hoodie off? And I don't think you're gonna be able to take the hoodie off. I think it's gonna be part of the suit, almost like the Scarlet Spider suit, where you have that blue over vest thing going on with the hoodie. I don't think it's gonna come off. So I think that underneath all that is just going to be a body. I don't think there's going to be a rubber suit or anything under there. That's just my predictions. I don't know that. I'm just guessing based on some previous releases. But I would think the pants actually come up maybe waist high, maybe a little higher than waist high for articulation purposes and hide him when he's posing. And then under that's probably just like a basic suit of some kind. Yeah, but there he is. There is one more time with that. We've seen that pose. This pose right here is awesome. So well done. He's actually holding onto his rollerblades and he's got his venom strike going on with the cat. Like, this is a great pose. So shout out to whoever did pose this for Hot Toys, because they did a really good job with this. And this is what I like about Spider-Man figures. Whether you're getting this particular Spider-Man figure or the Miles figure, or whether you're getting the 2020 suit, which also looks amazing, or if you're getting the previous release one. But probably the Miles suit I'm most excited about is the one from Into the Spider-Verse. Like that Miles and then that Gwen Stacy, the Spider-Gwen. I'm super hyped for those. And I hope we see those sooner rather than later, but who knows really. So we are going to get these Venom Strike effects, which I think are cool. I don't generally use these in my display, but I can see where these being yellow would actually make sense versus the one for Star Wars that we get are like blue or they're like greenish. In the one for Emperor, the dark purple, which, you know, is it makes sense for the film, but on a display, it doesn't stand out. But I think this yellow, this vibrant yellow that kind of fades off to a clear, I think that looks fantastic. So definitely excited about this. I have some questions. I guess we'll take a look at the end of the photos here. And if you guys like these kind of things where we're like taking a deep dive into individual figures versus maybe a normal 6-scale news where I kind of just bounce back and forth between figures, let me know. I don't generally do these, but I'm thinking about it because there's more and more announcements coming up, and I kind of want to spend some more time on that individual figure versus kind of bouncing around. So if you like this kind of format, let me know. If you don't like this kind of format, let me know. All right, so we're going down here. We got more photos of this guy. I like the proportions of this figure. I think he looks great. I love that the cat, and I am curious about the cat situation. If, you know, clearly there's some Photoshop trickery going on here, no question about that. But how, I don't think the cat's posable, but how well will he balance? Like, depending on what pose you got him in, how you do that. That would be kind of interesting. I think he comes with a little flight stand, if you will, a little acrylic stand, so we'll look at that. But this right here, again, fantastic pose. I love that he's using that left leg there to hide the dynamic stand. That's genius. Good posing tip right there. If you're able to do that, hide the dynamic stand, hide the flight poles or whatever with a leg or an arm or anything like that. Accessory, that's a great look. And look how many accessories he's got on this. He's got a cat, he's got a backpack, he's got a rollerblade, he's got 2 rollerblades. He's got both rollerblades in the right hand. He's got the headphones and he's got the Venom Strike. Like, how many accessories can you put into one pose? I just think it's fantastic. So I'm pretty stoked about this. Look, he hit it. This is great. That's a really, really good job on the posing. There he is again with the cat. You know, is he going to sit on that arm? Probably not. It's probably going to be a pain, depending on your, you know, what you've got going on. But I think this is like the Grogu set they just announced, where they had the Grogu and then the frog and then the Loth cat. Like the Loth cat is the one I'm really excited about getting out of that set. I don't really need another Grogu. I know that's fine. I don't mind getting them. The Loth cat's really kind of what sent me over the top on that particular set. The cat on here, the accessory, is where Spider-Man figures excel versus other figures. Think about Scarlet Spider. He's got the pizza box, he's got the camera, he's got the coffee cup. You've got the advanced suit, they got the like drones, and they got all just the cell phones and all the stuff. The accessories are where it's at with a lot of these Spider-Man figures, and they look fantastic. So just, you know, if you can tell, I'm a little hyped for this one because I'm enjoying Spider-Man figures right now. The game's fantastic. I haven't played the entire game yet because, you know, I do this YouTube thing. I don't have time for games all that much, but I do enjoy it. And the previous game, I did finish that one. That was fantastic. But this one right here, look at this. You can put the Venom Strike effect on the feet. Have a little drop. This reminds me of a little Liu Kang vibe, right? From Mortal Kombat. I dig this so much. So it looks like whoever took the photos really liked the rollerblades. I think the rollerblades are pretty cool. I don't see me using them in my display like often, but there may be some reasons to use them based on the shoes that are the alternative option, which we'll look at here in just a second. So here's all the accessories. We're gonna get the headphones. We're gonna get the box that Peter gave the suit to. We got a newspaper thing going on that looks with some sketches and whatnot. Looks great. We got some Venom Strike hands. We get a phone. We get a coffee cup. Don't know, not Brandon. We're gonna get looks like 2 cats. One for the backpack, one to go out in the just out and about. Switch out eye plates, which I think is fantastic. The normal webs, that's fine. The backpack. I mean, look, the accessories. This is insane. Absolutely insane the amount of accessories you get. So, am I excited about this? Yes, 100%. Which leads me to this. I don't know when this sale actually ends, and it might even end the time you're watching this. I don't even know. But it might. I don't know. If you want to pre-order this, there's a couple places you can pick this up. First one you can pick this up is from Collector's Own. They have a discount going on right now with 12% off. And I'll put a little code or something around here. If it's already expired, I'm sorry. I've told everybody about it in a previous video, so there's that. But I think it's 12% off of anything in their shop for a limited time only, so you want to check that out. Which makes this, actually, I looked at it before the video. With that code, it's $278 for this shipped from Collector's Own. And Sideshow is $275 plus shipping plus taxes. So you can kind of bank on the savings there. So with Collector's Own, it's $278 shipped with that code. So pretty good savings that. Now, if you want to, you're like me, you want to get those ones that are like day 1 releases or first or second batches, and you want to get this guy, not wait the 3, 4, 5 months, however long it's going to take to get to the States after it's released in a year. You can check out Pop Collectibles. If you want day 1 releases from them, first or second batches, you can check them out. Link down below to that if you want to pre-order this guy there as well. So regardless of where you want to pick this up, it's an excellent release. The amount of accessories are amazing. The posability is going to be amazing. I think you're going to be able to pose the crap out of this thing and not have any issues whatsoever. And I think it looks great. Before we jump out though, let's take a look at the comparisons from the previous announcement. That's people are like, oh, why do I need another Miles? You know, what's going on with this? So on the right, we've got the newly announced suit, the Bodega cat suit, and then the other one is the normal Miles suit that they announced maybe 6 months ago or so. Look at the head sculpt. Vastly different head sculpt, vastly different suit. I mean, you can see all the red pattern, the digital imprints, everything. It's completely different. And now, my wife would come in here and go, "That's the same figure." But you collectors out there, you know it's different. It's like having a ESB Boba Fett and a Return of the Jedi Boba Fett and a vintage Kenner Boba Fett and then the holiday Fett. Like, it's all Fett, but it's different, and that's why you need them all. And that's the danger of Spider-Man figures. But vastly different suits, and I think they both look great. And lastly, the feet. So on the previous announced figure, it does look like it's got a lower call it a mid shoe, I guess, versus a high top. A mid shoe. So I think the articulation on the ankles is going to be better on that one than the one we're looking at today with the Bodega cat suit. I think that one is going to have some ankle issues posing wise. We'll have to see. We'll see when it finally shows up, but I predict that we're not going to get any crazy like homemade suit. Like that one had like lows on and you can bend those ankles crazy. I think this one on the ankle department is going to be a little bit more difficult to pose, but I think it looks fantastic. And no, it doesn't have a swoosh on there, and it doesn't have, you know, it's not licensed officially by that, you know, because of the licensing things. But, you know, I guess you could throw a decal on there if you really wanted to, if you're like really particular, get a little tiny jump man and throw on there. I think that'd be kind of cool. But you know, if you're a sneakerhead, that would be something you might want to do. Me, I'm just going to pose it. I'm going to have some fun with it. So that's what I'm going to do. But I'd love to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comment section down below, which Smile suit do you like? Do you like this one? Do you like the 2020 suit, which again looks flipping amazing? And let me know if you like this format of video, if you want me to cover individual videos, individual figures and spend a little bit more time on them. Or if you want to just keep them all in 6-scale news, and we'll do it that way. That does not mean the end of 6-scale news. Does not mean that. It just means I'm going to spend a little bit more time on individual figures, and then we'll bunch them all together for 6-scale news. For those of you who are more interested in a particular figure. So there you go, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, click what you like. See you next time.